Welcome back programmers. In the previous video we saw how you can create the put and delete method, how you can create the update and delete method. In the today's section we are going to talk about the class based view. Now in the previous video, as you can see, we created a function for create, update and delete, and for see the data and for the details view. Now in this video I'm gonna show you how you can do all of this stuff in a single class based view. Now if you wanna learn more about this class based view, just click on the API guide and click on the views. In here you will find all of the details about class based views. Now in here, as you can see, in the class based view, you just have to create a one class for particular URL. In our case, for see the data, you have to just create the get method in that particular class. So for now I'm gonna comment all of this stuff. Now class based view is for every Django programmer. Now it isn't mean that if you are using the REST framework you have to use the class based view. You can choose either function based or either class based. But if you know how class based view work, it's perfect for you and it's easy and fast and it reduces a lots of more code. Now if you are a Django developer, you must know about the class based view. It doesn't matter if you are learning REST framework. So let's quickly create a two class for our two methods. As you can see in the student data API URLs, we got a two URLs, student data API data and student data API details. So we have to create a two class for each URL. Now let's start with our student data API data. In this URL we just wanna see all of the data. We don't wanna change the data or create any new data or delete any data. We just wanna see all of the data. And for that we just want get method. We don't want post or put or delete method. We just need the get method. Now in here, as you can see, from REST framework we have to import the API view. So just write from REST framework.views import API view. Now let's create a class. You can name it anything. I'm gonna name same as the function name, student data API data, and then I'm gonna inherit this class with this API view, and that's it. Now in this class what I'm gonna do, now this API view is the best, easiest way to create your class because it's give a lots of facilities, such as in here, as you can see, we are checking if request.method equal to post or get. But in here we just have to write, let's say you just wanna see the data, let's say you wanna use the get method. So simply write def get. Get is the keyword. In here you can directly use this get function, get method. You have to write the get, and the second parameter is obviously the request. Request is important. Now you can directly copy all of this stuff, like all data equal to student.model.objects.get. Copy this. I'm gonna copy all of this stuff and paste it in my get method. Okay, so now let me quickly create a new class because I'm gonna get the error because I'm passing the two classes in the URL, so I have to pass these two. So let me quickly create a new class. I'm gonna name it as it is student data API details, and I'm gonna pass the API view, and I'm gonna inherit this class with the API view. I'm gonna just pass the pass keyword to pass all of this stuff. I don't wanna do anything it for now. Now because we are using this get keyword, so you don't have to add the decorator in here. It will automatically fetch all of the decorator and it will automatically do all of the job for our situation. So let's just visit our website. Now we will get this error, init takes one positional argument but two were given. Now this error is because we have to use the .asView method from class. So you can pass the class in URL, so you have to use whatever your class name is .asView. Again, whatever your class name is .asView, and it will work perfectly fine, as you can see. Now it's perfectly working. Now if we can use the get method, so obviously we can use the post method. It allows you to create a post method. So in the post method what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass all of this stuff which I passed it in my if request.method equal to post. As you can see, ss equal to student data serialization data equal to request.data. If ss dot is valid, ss dot save return response, ss dot data else return ss.error status equal to status.http 400 bad request. Let's save this and let's reload this URL. Now as you can see, http 200 OK and allow equal to post head and option and get. It means we got the post. Now if I change anything, let's create another value. Let's try to add Stan and last name equal to Smith, and I'm gonna leave all of the value as it is, and then I'm gonna click on the post. As you can see, it perfectly working. Now if I reload this, I'm gonna see the last value is Stan Smith. It means my post method is perfectly working. I'm not getting any error. And that's how you can use the class based view. Now as you can see, if we create the function based view, we have to create a too much line. But in the class based view, you can directly use the get and post directly, and it's the easiest way to create the class based view. Now either you can use the either function based or class based. Now let's create a second class which we just created, student data API details. In here I'm gonna pass the obviously get equal to that particular object. First of all, I'm gonna create another function in the student data API details. I'm gonna create the get. Now again, get is just for see all of this data. Now because I'm using the details, and in here I'm gonna obviously pass this data, try and accept data, and I'm gonna copy this and paste it in here. Now remember, you need this pk primary key, so you have to write this pk in here in the function, because we are fetching that particular ID. So def get self request and pk try all data equal to student data model dot objects dot get id equal to pk accept return equal to response status equal to status dot http 400 for not found ss equal to student data serializer. Now we don't need this because, or you can directly copy and paste this in try, or you can let me copy and paste this in try. If I got the data, then return response. If I didn't got the data, send the error. Okay, so that was it. That was for get. Now if you wanna create the put method, so you can directly use like this, def put put. Remember to pass the request and pk. Now I'm gonna copy all of this logic of put and paste it in my class in the put method. It will work perfectly. Now let's create another last, which is the delete. So just write def delete delete and pass all of the values self, request and pk. And again I'm gonna copy the logic of delete and paste it in my class under the def delete. Okay, so as you can see in here, I am creating the student data API details and pass the API view, and I inherit this class with the student data API details. Now in here I am creating these three functions, get, put and delete. In the get I am just showing the data, in the put I am updating the data, in the delete obviously I am deleting the data. Now I don't need to add the if request.method, if request.method, if request.method. It will automatically generate the get, put and delete method. You have to just write the particular arguments such as self, request and pk. Pk is nothing but the particular primary key, and then I'm using that particular primary key to access all of this particular data, and I can fetch that data, I can update that data and I can delete that data. Now if you wanna find what is the logic of the update, you can check out my previous video. Link is in the description. All of the REST framework series link is in the description. Please check out now. So that is it. Now let's try all of this particular ID to update, delete and change the data, and obviously see the data. So if I go in the particular ID, let's say I wanna see the third one. Oops, we have to write the .sview in here, because obviously you have to pass the .sview keyword, or you can say this is the function, it will automatically generate the views structure for our URL. So as you can see, I'm in the third element. In here I can get, put and delete my particular object. In here as you can see, the first name is David, the last name is Smith, and let's try to update this third one. I'm gonna change the David to Roger. So let's remove this David and let's try to change this with ROGER. Okay, I'm gonna leave all of the other value as it is, and then I'm gonna just click on the put. As you can see, my element is perfectly changed. Now as I can see, this is the Roger first name. If I reload this page, As you can see, I'm gonna get the Roger because I changed the first name. Okay, now it's perfectly working. Now let's try to remove the last element. I think it's 9. I think yes. As you can see, I got the error 404 not found because ninth one is not existing. Now let's try to 8. I got the error again. Let's try 7. I think 7 is there. Yes, I got the Brian Griffin. So let me delete this last one. So if I click on the delete and delete, as you can see, I got the error HTTP 400 bad request. It means our element, the last element Brian Griffin, is successfully deleted. And now I can't see that particular object because that object doesn't exist. So that was the easiest way to use the class based view. In here, what have I done in here? I created the two class for particular URL, and for particular URL, in the first URL I wanted to see all of this data and I wanted to add particular data. So and for that I used the student data API data.s view. In here I just created the class, then I passed the get and post method to see the data and to create the data. In here I just passed the student data API details in the class to see that particular object, which is nothing but that particular object after API using primary key. Let's say I try 2. So this is my particular element because this is the second element. I am fetching the ID. This is the ID. This is coming from database, and I use that particular element using the PK. I fetch that particular element. Then I am using to show that particular element. Then I am using this put to update that particular element, whatever value I want to update, and then I am using simply delete to delete that particular element. So that is it for today, guys. In the next video, what we are gonna do, we are gonna create the error and the validation, because let's say you want the first name less than 5 and greater than 100. So what you can do, in the next video I'm gonna show what is validation, how we can use the validation in serializer.py. We are gonna see different types of validations. So that is it for today, guys. If you don't wanna miss the next part, please hit on the bell icon, subscribe my YouTube channel, like this video, share this video to the programmer, hit on the bell icon so you'll never miss the latest video. See you guys in the next video. Till then, just go.